Hi, I'm Joe Finsternis, and tonight I'm going to talk to you about a movie called Tekkonkinkreet. At least I think that's the right way to pronounce it, as well as the right inflection. I'm not really sure. And I'm going to try to avoid saying that title as much as possible in the video. Anyway, this movie is sort of a hybrid of the crime drama and science fiction genres. And the main characters in it are these two brothers named Black and White who are orphans living in a not-so-distant future in a very shitty town, which they pretty much consider to be their own personal playground. They just go wherever they want and do whatever they want. But unfortunately, this has started to catch the attention of the local law enforcement as well as a local crime family. Now, this is sort of a Japanese anime film. And the reason I say sort of is because the animation style is very different from what I'm used to seeing in anime. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain. For one thing, they don't have like the big anime eyes that you usually associate the medium with. They actually look like people eyes in this movie. But I don't know, the characters just have this really simplistic, angular look to them. They almost look like something out of a sketchbook, which I guess is an accurate way to describe anime as well, but I don't know, you just kind of have to see it to know what I'm talking about. Anyway, when it comes to the main characters in this film, Black is the older brother, and while he does have a sense of fun about him, he is a little more serious about life, and he's also a lot more violent, whereas White, the younger brother, is, a little more pure of spirit and much more childlike, and he hasn't quite allowed the darkness of this town to corrupt him. And before you consider showing this animated film to your children, listen to the fact that it is in fact a crime drama, for one thing. I mean, that right there should have been a red flag, but the movie is rated R, and it has been given that rating for a reason. There is some very heavy and imitatable violence in the movie, and some of it is in fact done by these two children. There's one point where Black is being attacked, and he manages to get the upper hand on his assailants, and I actually thought that that moment was pretty entertaining to watch. But then later, there was yet another point where Black was being attacked, and he was getting the shit beaten out of him so badly that White had to come and save him. But the way that he sort of carried this out was actually very disturbing to watch, especially when you consider that he's supposed to be the better half of these two siblings. Even though he isn't going full mad dog, even though he hasn't been totally corrupted, you can still kind of see that the darkness of this town is slowly starting to overtake him. And Black starts to realize at a point that even if he might be beyond salvation, there's still hope for his little brother, but the only real hope for him living a better life is for him to be taken care of by more capable hands. And the movie is very emotionally heavy at times to watch. As far as some of the negative aspects of the film go, for one thing, I thought it ran a little too long. During the third act of the movie, I thought that felt like it was really starting to drag on at times. And then during the final act, it just got really weird and almost sort of art house-like, which is normally okay for me, but that itself went on a little too long as well, and it started to feel really self-indulgent. But still, I thought that this was a pretty solid movie as a whole. I could see this being the type of movie that might get better with age and that I might appreciate more upon multiple viewings. And if you're interested in seeing a more mature piece of animation that'll I cannot talk tonight. I need to get some sleep. If you're interested in seeing a more mature animation that'll tug at your heartstrings, then Tekkonkinkreet, or however the fuck you say it, does come recommended. Anyway, that's all I've got to say about this movie. I hope you all have a good one.